Forgot to unmute the mic. What's happening? Did my whole intro run? That seemed awfully short. That's always something. It's Saturday. It's noon. We're back. How are you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for tuning in to SuBDivisions Show number 8. We've done 8 of these. Wow. I didn't even think I'd do 3, so I would have lost that bet. So I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Thank you for everybody who tuned in last night to the Masters debacle with the boss, the nurse, and Ringo as we tried to play the Masters in PGA Tour Golf 2K23. And it actually went off pretty good because according to what I saw, let me just get this echo out of my head here. Okay. The blustery conditions at Augusta kind of matched what we did last night, so so we're here to talk about what's going on in the week, and we got some funny things lined up. We'll be taking some callers in the 1 o'clock hour. Oh, man, weekend already. Just waking up early to do the show is killing me. But, alrighty, let's see. I really want to know why my intro didn't run. I had a nice tagline in there this week, but I don't know. It's always some little glitchy. So let's see. Where do we want to start this week? I tell you what we're going to do. First thing I want to do, most importantly, and let me bring this up here. We have some special well wishes going out here. Let me bring this up here. Look at how adorable. Oh my God. Chrissie Mayer and Frank's baby. God bless. Look at little Frank William. 7 pounds, 12 ounces. God bless. Just adorable. I completely lost the baby pool. I was like 10 days too late, but oh my God, just the well wishes to the new mom and the new dad. And I wanted to send that out there as much love as we possibly can. So that being said, first topic, I have to give credit where credit is due here to our friend Rex Kramer, who sent me this beauty that I couldn't stop watching over and over again. But we're going to preface that a little bit by talking, let's see. We have this okay. The sport of football. We love football in this country. The NFL, by far the most popular sport. You only get 18 weeks of it plus the playoffs. It's played pretty much in the wintertime when everybody's home, can't go outside and play any other sport. It's more popular than baseball, hockey, basketball. I won't say put together, but the betting pools on the NFL are crazy. The sheer money that the NFL makes is insane, and they've tried taking the NFL and putting it in other countries. The NFL has a few games every year in Europe. They had did they have a game in Mexico this year? I don't know, baseball did. I think they might have had a game in Mexico. Then you have Canada, which, all goofy things go on in Canada. You have the Canadian Football League, the CFL, which some NFL stars have come up with. But we've come into something here that's quite interesting. And I'm going to preface this by a couple of videos here. We all remember this beautiful dime here from how come you ain't hearing it? Wait a minute. Like I'm not hearing the audio. Oh man, there's always something. Why is my audio playing? 1 second. It was playing before. What did I do here? Oh, I didn't move it over. Ha! Sorry. Wrong screen. There we go. All right.
Las Vegas, a city built upon sand, broken dreams, and $5 lobster. A city where you can get a happy ending, but only if you pay a little extra. A city home to a sporting event greater than the World Cup, World Series, and World War II combined. Live from Las Vegas, it's the Las Vegas International Dodgeball Open here on ESPN 8, the Ocho. Bringing you
we know the Ocho. We know what the Ocho does. If you watch the movie Dodgeball, you know what all the ESPN 8 is about. And, ESPN 8 has some good coverage of some rather interesting sports that we haven't seen.
Race to the top. but maybe not for long.
Like wet stair climbing.
And the pack goes down. Left at the top is Trent. Trent's all alone. Oh, no, he's not. He's going down. Oh, we have a clean slate.
It's the Ocho.
Here we go.
There it is. Looks like it's a pretty good roll there.
That went right off the camera.
Excellent roll.
There you go.
Nice. You have it. There's the winning Kevin Bulldog Bartz.
What was that? The 46th annual Cherry Pit Spitting Champion, Kevin Bulldog Bartz. You can't make this up. This is real. You can't make this up.
Kevin Bulldog Bartz.
What else we got on the Ocho?
The bet from a car.
Oh, yeah.
Getting after
This
the
is,
Muppets
This is one of the most aggressive sudden death overtimes we've ever seen here on the Super Robot Fighting League.
Sudden death. One of the scary.
There it is. Oh my gosh.
What was that show they had on Fox with the robots that they would build the robots to kill each other? Robot Wars or something like that?
No, it was just I played against that guy so many times, and if you play against him, you know, it's like playing against a mix of Jesus, Gandalf, and kind of a bearded warrior, you know. So you gotta take it slow, and then in the end, he's the butcher, but you gotta butcher him.
Pressberg and drop shot. Here comes the attack from the left side on drop shot. Club goes down.
That was another between the legs shot. And that's the shot that did it through the leg. Up, in, and down.
Yeah.
All up in his junk.
I can't.
That's one of the key.
Battle
There it
bots.
is.
Oh,
Beautiful.
right, battle bots.
Absolutely beautiful.
The pizza spinning championship.
We're going to see some under the leg action. Floor work, yep. 2 does on the ground. That's a classic. That's not easy to do.
I can't stop watching this.
In the competition, you get 6 stones. They take the highest amount of skips on any one throw, and that's the number you go with.
Wait a minute. How many people are sitting on the hill watching this?
Stone skipping.
That's go back for a second. That's definitely a Southern thing. Let's look at the crowd. Look at the crowd. There are more people watching the Stone Skipping Championship than go to a Brooklyn Nets game. Albeit, I'm sure the entrance fee is not as steep as it is in Barclays.
That's the number you go with.
Wow. That's what it's all Look at that thing go.
Stone skipping.
That's impressive. Look, the Star Wars guy. This guy gives total new meaning to all the people that you see outside of a Subway who are dressed in the sandwich costume when they're flipping the thing around on the highway. Yeah, that's this guy's champion. Oh, they're holding him up. Take some strong people. Little tubby boy there.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube.
Oh, Scott Van Pelt. So, we go from that, and now, where is sports going in this country? You know, we talk about the NFL. Its popularity isn't waning anyplace, but it reminds me, what happened if we took sports and we decided to join them for more popularity? You know, something like this.
It was commonplace for entire teams to change cities in search of greater profits. The Minneapolis Lakers moved to Los Angeles, where there are no lakes. The Oilers moved to Tennessee, where there is no oil. The Jazz moved to Salt Lake City, where they don't allow music. The Oakland Raiders moved to LA and then back to Oakland. No one in Los Angeles seemed to notice. The search for greener pastures went on unabated. Continued expansion diluted the talent pool, forcing owners to recruit heavily from prisons, mental institutions, and Texas. Fist fighting and brawling permeated every sport, overshadowing any athletic competition. As the problems mounted, the fans became less and less.
That's Shea Stadium, by the way. So, we go into this.
He starts making everything. I'm like, who is this guy? I didn't know it was him until Coach Pope said something about it. Man, that's Jim.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the NFL on ice. And leave it up to good old Germany to come up with something like this.
Merkt man ein klein wenig,
Er wird zur Ruhe kommen. Ich bin da guter Dinge. So, Freunde, weiter geht's. Drittes Viertel, 13-12 für den Westen in den blauen Trikots. Und auf geht's. Erster Drive für die Wessis.
It's not exactly the speediest.
Das ist wunderbar. Quarterback-Sack. Da ist der Quarterback-Sack.
Quarterback-Sack.
Evil Jared ist ein Biest. Defensiv exzellent. Und da bringt der Alexander Haupert zu Fall. Und das ist überragend. Das ist Defensive Player of the Evening bisher. Evil Jared, du Maschine.
There's no German saying for Defensive Player of the Year. This guy's going off on his Farfenkugel. He's, Defensive Player of the Year. Always got to scream. They got mascots. There's people in the stands.
Rechts, gehen nochmal ganz rechts.
This is a
Die Uhr
production.
läuft weiter, Freunde. Lasst euch nicht zu viel Zeit. Zweiter Versuch und 19 Yards, die es braucht für einen neuen Ersten. Es geht nach rechts aus ihrer Sicht zu Hause.
No, they're not
nicht die
scared.
Endzone, in der die gerade sind. Das ist die eigene.
Oh my God.
Sie müssen
Throw
in die
the ball,
andere.
please.
Es kommt der Pass
Oh,
und der ist
no.
nicht gefangen. Und den muss er fangen. Da gibt es überhaupt nichts zu
I gotta see this
diskutieren.
live.
Da bekommt er
Please,
beide
somebody
Hände
bring
dran
this to this country.
und muss er fangen.
This is
Muss er
ridiculous.
schlicht und ergreifend fangen. Der Ball ist gut gespielt. Okay, ein bisschen in den Rücken.
Oh,
Ein
right in
bisschen
the
in den
hands.
Rücken.
Come on,
Lass sich
man.
aber nicht als Entschuldigung gelten.
You got a whole helmet on.
Auch
If your
nicht
face
für
hits the
einen
ice, it's not gonna
Weltmeister.
hurt.
Auch nicht für Kevin Großkreuz. Dritter und lang. 19 Yards bis zum First Down. Haupert, der Quarterback,
first
der
down.
Profi.
Oh, look, it's a
Mit dem
bomb.
Pass. Und er
Oh,
kommt
he
an.
caught it.
Und das ist First
Go,
Down.
go, go.
Und mehr.
Oh.
Und mehr. Wahnsinn, super Pass. Und dann ist Großkreuz da und fängt das Ding. Und sein Spielmacher ist zufrieden, Haupert. Und Groß...
I'm sorry, it's one of the greatest goddamn things I've ever seen. Football on ice. Where was the thought process behind this? I wonder if people would go to see football if we put it inside and we left the ice hockey rink up. And we sold money for tickets. Oh my God. This is beautiful. Rex. This is Rex. I gotta give him credit for this. I didn't see this in the YouTube rabbit hole. This is freaking awesome.
Kreuz, das Biest, das Wiesel, der Lumpenhund, der macht das gut.
Die Lumpenhund. Die Umpe-Lumpe.
Ja gut, wenn er sich umdreht, fällt er um.
This is great. Obviously they score. It's 13-12. And this is West versus East, so this must be some kind of German All-Star game.
13-12 und hat sich aus einer ganz schwierigen Situation befreit.
Hey, look, it's Jared.
Jared
Jared vom Subway.
Einzigen Sack bisher.
Quarterback for
Er
Farfenkugel.
marschiert wieder los. Er geht wieder auf Haupert zu. Der bleibt aber ruhig incomplete. Incomplete, der
They
war
got a
nicht
better
gefangen.
offense than the Jets. It's Wegener.
Axel Stein
and Hambachugen.
kriegt
Is
das
that Carl
Ding hier nicht
Hambachugen?
kontrolliert.
They're playing Aretha Franklin.
Ja,
This
und
is
auch da muss
Germany.
ich sagen, der Ball ist gut geworfen. Den kann Stein durchaus fangen. 2010.
Come on, I want to see the rest of this drive here.
Wird die erreicht, gibt es einen neuen Ersten für den Westen. 2 Minuten und 15 Sekunden noch in diesem dritten Viertel. So, was macht Haupert jetzt?
Wait, I lost the ball. Where is it?
Der ist gut. Der
Oh,
kommt an,
oh
den
my,
muss er
no.
haben. Flutschfinger. Das sind Flutschfinger.
I'm
Das
gonna
kann
learn
doch nicht
German
wahr
from this.
sein.
This is fucking hilarious.
Fabian Hamburg,
Oh, right.
den hat
Wait a
er
minute.
schon. Da
Are
hat
they
er schon
wearing hockey
überlegt,
gloves?
wie feiere ich gleich? Was mache ich
They're
für ein
wearing fucking
Tänzchen?
hockey
Ich bin ja
gloves.
in der Endzone. Putzekuchen. 1,45 noch.
Du nochmal.
I'd rather watch this in the
Aufstellung
actual
ist da.
goddamn Super Bowl.
Jetzt nur nicht zu früh los, keine Strafe riskieren.
Look at the guy
Funktioniert.
trying to get to the quarterback.
Haupert hat Zeit, weicht
he
Evil
passed him,
Jared
but he
aus.
can't turn around.
Und jetzt, wo sind seine Receiver? Alle abgedeckt, alle?
Die Receiver.
Nein, nicht alle!
Oh, he caught it.
Das ist der... Nee, das Knie war am Boden. Knie war
Oh,
am
he's
Boden.
just short. Now,
Das ist
are we
kein
going to have a
Touchdown.
running play here on the
Knie
goal
war
line?
vorher am Boden. Mit Kontakt. So habe ich es jedenfalls gesehen.
Beat contact.
So.
You just said they beat
Und
contact.
das ist korrekt. Das ist noch 1 Yard bis zur
So
Endzone.
they
Gute
don't- I
Position
guess
jetzt
they're wearing
für die
like
Wessis.
a little bit of those special ice shoes that make it that you don't slide very much.
So, Axel kriegt den Ball. Haben wir gerade.
Check out the.
Darf ich das
Oh,
jetzt sagen?
please tell me they
Die
kick a field goal.
Verteidigung auch.
Please.
Scheißegal. Weiter. Die achten auf andere Dinge. So, das sind ja fast nur noch
This is everything
Zentimeter.
arena football should have
So.
been.
Da ist
Oh, we got a
Axel
handoff.
Stein.
Oh, to
Axel
the
Stein.
end zone.
Touchdown für die Wessis.
Touchdown.
Bauen die Führung aus. 19-12.
They should have,
und
like,
gleich
brats
noch
just
der
fall
Pointer
from
auf
the
der
sky.
Touchdown. Was ist
Yeah,
hier denn
cheerleaders.
los?
Hey, a minute. Back up.
Bauen die Führung aus. 19-12 und gleich noch der Pointer auf der Touchdown. Was ist
That's nice. Cheerleaders are nice.
hier denn los?
What the fuck is this guy doing? He's not only on the bench, he's laying across the whole fucking bench. Come on, people. You see what I do? I educate. I am giving you stuff from around the world. This is live, not live, but it's actual sporting events from around the world. Wow. Who got the dogs out? Now, please, let's see if there's a field goal attempt here.
Jetzt eskalieren
Please.
die ersten
I
da unten
must
auf
see
dem Eis.
this.
Gewonnen ist es noch nicht.
Oh,
Stein,
Stein.
der Tippelbruder.
Wait a minute, Stein. Sure, this is Germany?
Geht da über außen, knallt dann in die Bande. Das
Oh, God.
Rums ist gut. Und der Point auf der
Wait, did he kick
Touchdown.
it already?
Durch Kevin
Hey,
Großkreuz
back up.
eben.
Come on, I didn't even see that.
Geht da über außen, knallt dann in die Bande. Das Rums
Oh my God, he
ist
did.
gut.
It's just.
Und der
Oh,
Point
they put it on a T. There's a T there. I wanted to see actually somebody kneeled over trying to hold the ball on the ice. They need a rule change for that. Oh my God, that is.
auf der Touchdown. Durch Kevin Großkreuz ebenfalls gut.
I gotta see more.
Wir
I
haben
gotta
ein
see more.
Two-Possession-Game. Denn, ich
There
habe es
it
in
is.
der ersten Halbzeit schon mal erklärt,
Hey,
wir
that's
spielen hier
impressive.
ohne die sogenannte
That looks like
Two-Point-Conversion.
regular
Das heißt,
size
der
football.
Osten kann mit einem Angriff nur 7 Punkte erzielen. Touchdown und den anschließenden Punkt extra. 37,9
Alright, let's see. We got a
Sekunden
kick
vorhin
off.
haben sie in der Schlussphase nochmal einen aufgelegt. Also das geht durchaus.
Aufgelegt. I'm literally learning German from this. All right, so now it looks like they're just spotting the ball on the 10-yard line.
4 und 1.
Wenn der Wente,
4 und 1 Vertical.
Kuske.
Der Rest macht das, was da steht, okay? Ready? Break!
Is this guy like the
Vertical,
German
sagt
Tom Brady?
Quarterback Henrik Schanbacher an. Und jetzt gucken wir uns
Wow,
mal
I
an, wie
can't
die
even
Jungs das
pronounce that.
umsetzen. So, Ball ist beim
Oh, here we
Quarterback.
go. All right, he's dropping
Die
back.
Receiver über
He's careful.
außen.
Look at the-
Wer setzt sich da
Look at
gerade
the guy
ab?
trying to get the
Erik
quarterback.
Stehfest, da kommt der Ball aber nicht hin. Und er
this would
kommt
be
auch
so
nicht zu
frustrating to
Felix
watch in
van
person.
Deventer.
I would
Die
be
letzten 10
screaming out of my
Sekunden
mind.
brechen an. Das muss ganz schnell gehen. Die müssen ganz schnell den Ball ins Spiel
The
bringen.
guy was so wide open. There's
Letzten
nobody.
Sekunden laufen. Wir haben noch die
near
Slow-Mo,
him.
aber der Ball muss ins Spiel. Der Ball muss ins Spiel. Ist er nicht.
Ins Spiel?
Geht gleich weiter mit 2. und 10.
Wow.
Aber das dritte Viertel ist
Ende
durch.
des dritten Viertels.
I'm sorry, we're gonna watch this for a little bit. I'm fascinated by
Nein,
this.
bist du nicht, ich seh's doch.
God bless
Ist
YouTube.
okay, let's
So,
go.
aber wir
This is
machen
the
gar nicht
internet was
lange rum
invented
hier.
for, honestly.
Inside genau wie es hier ist. Okay?
Es geht weiter.
Ready?
They got a referee who looks like an
letzten
NHL
Viertel
referee.
in dieser Auftaktpartie. Und es ist durchaus spektakulär. Mannheim, gefällt euch das da auf dem Eis?
Woo! Oh!
Der kommt an, unter
Oh,
Druck.
jeez. Look at him
kommt
go.
Der Ball
Look at him
an.
go.
Und jetzt
The
ist er wieder
20,
unterwegs.
the 25.
Ah, der hatte eine schwere
Oh, he's still up.
Knieverletzung. Aber er geht
He went
weit,
beast
Evil
mode.
Jarrett. Das ist nicht schön. Das ist nicht elegant. Aber es ist
Holy
effizient,
shit,
was er hier
is
macht.
this fucking hilarious. If you are a sports
Da
fan,
ist Druck,
if you
da
are a
ist
fan of the
ordentlich Druck auf
NFL,
Schanbacher.
you
Das
have
war
to be
Tobias
laughing your
Wegener.
balls off.
Aber Schanbacher macht das gut. Fast im nach hinten fallen findet er Evil Jarrett. Der kann nicht nur kotzen,
Evil
der
Jared.
kann nicht nur singen.
It is
Der
Jared from Subway. It's Evil Jared.
kann auch fangen.
Guess they let him out early. Oh, shotgun. Oh, this guy. Oh, the
Ah,
hit the helmet.
tippt, der war tippt, gut
Where's
verteidigt.
the foul?
Arme
Is there
hoch,
any flags
Ball
in this?
abgefälscht. Zweiter Versuch. Ah, sehr gut
At
verteidigt.
least they
von
don't have
Wegener.
those goddamn boo-boos that they use in the
23:15 Uhr heute Abend geht's los mit der Übertragung des 58. Super Bowls aus
They're talking Super Bowl.
Las Vegas, Nevada. Die Kansas City Chiefs gegen die San Francisco 49ers live hier bei RTL. Tip-Off.
Talking about the Super Bowl in Germany.
0:30 Uhr. Jetzt aber hier American Ice Football. Ja, was ist denn jetzt?
Kelsey.
Kaffeepause oder was?
He's rolling
Ball
out.
kommt an, der ist
Nice
gefangen.
grab.
Er ist gefangen.
It's Boy.
Philip Boy fängt den.
It literally is Boy.
Reicht aber, wenn ich das richtig gesehen habe, nicht für einen neuen Ersten. Wir geben den.
Boy, that was a pretty catch, Boy. Yeah. Man, if I had Boy on my team, every time he gets a catch, I'm having them play the banjo duel from Deliverance.
Wir geben den mal. Keine Videoüberprüfung.
So now,
Schnell
there can't
weitermachen.
be any
ist immer
real
das
hard
Geheimnis.
hits in this
Dritter und
because
2.
these guys are
Schanbach
moving
hat
like
die
the
Ruhe
last-
weg.
Oh!
Hat die Ruhe weg.
The
Findet
pass
er
rush
jetzt
is
seinen
terrible.
Receiver? Ja, findet er. Touchdown.
Oh my God, this guy's Jerry Rice. Let's see that on the replay. The coach is happy. He has no idea what the fuck is going on.
So, und jetzt heißt es verteidigen
Look at this
für den
throw.
Osten. Sie
Nice
sind
spiral.
dran. Wunderbarer Pass und auch klasse gefangen von Stefes.
Nice.
Hat
Oh,
ein
here he
bisschen
goes.
was von der Sitzung auf
Oh,
dem
getting
Klo
everybody
gehabt,
up.
aber
Pumping
wichtig
everybody
ist,
up for the
dass er
extra
das Ding
point.
fängt.
They don't even do that shit in the NFL.
Publikum ist da und der Extrapunkt ist gut.
This is great. This
20
is
zu
absolutely
19
fantastic.
für den Westen. Jetzt müssen wir ein bisschen aufs Tempo drücken, Freunde.
Folks, the YouTube rabbit hole. For those that don't know, and if you've watched my show, you know we use it vehemently here. Let me explain what it is. So you're watching a video on YouTube, like this, for example. On the right side of the screen, you usually see boxes of other videos that you can click on, and it just takes you down what we call the rabbit hole. You never know what's down there. You never know where it's going to lead you. I don't know how Rex came upon this. Maybe it was on the video we did last week about the small German city, the train, and all of that. What was it called? Wunderland. Maybe this was on the side of it. But my God, is this brilliant. I would pay, let's be realistic here. I'd pay $30 to go see this live. $30 for the ticket. Because I am going to go there. I am going to get one of the jerseys of the teams, and I'm going to scream my fucking bloody head off at this. I would be laughing. I'd be in stitches the entire time. We need this in this country. It's another sporting diversion for us. I got to see just a little more.
Gleich wird das Spiel freigegeben. Dann läuft die Uhr durch. Im Moment steht sie, wie wir das machen, nach dem Touchdown.
They should have him run up to it and just flop like Charlie Brown trying to kick
after Touchdown reinzubringen. So, jetzt ist gute Defensive gefragt. Jetzt
the fans aren't exactly standing up and going crazy because they're all sitting on their ass laughing their ass off.
Gibt einen
All right,
neuen
let's watch one more offensive
Ziel ist
possession.
es, mit 4
Give me an
Versuchen immer
interception. Give
diese
me
gelbe
something. Give me
Linie zu
a
erreichen
run back.
und am Ende in die
Oh, we got
gegnerische
a
Endzone
pitch.
zu kommen. Das ist gut. Es geht übers Laufspiel. Aber gut verteidigt. Das ist nicht allzu viel Raumgewinn für Fabian Hambüchen, der das aber gut macht. Und wir sehen das bei den Turnern, die ja eher klein sind. Auf der einen Seite Hambüchen, auf der anderen Seite Boy. Sie kommen gut wegen ihres niedrigen Körperschwerpunkts auf dem Eis hier mit den glatten Schuhen, mit den Bowlingschuhen zurecht. 2. und 5.
Look, they call him plays.
Und es muss
They just
hier
got a
jetzt
guy hike the
weitergehen.
ball. I want to see the guy hike it and just fall flat on his face.
So.
Look at that, a two-handed underhand toss.
Und wieder Fumble.
Some defense there.
Ich glaube, es war der
All right,
Boden.
gotta give him some
Ich
credit.
glaube, es war der Boden.
Boden's
Nicht freigeschlagen worden,
The Perfect Storm.
sondern
Hannah Boden.
er ist gestürzt auf den Boden gefallen. 3. Versuch. Es geht noch was. Es ist noch nicht entschieden.
They're playing with hockey gloves.
Ja, da ist er am Boden. Dann geht der Ball erst raus. Alles okay.
Now, one
3.
has
und
to
2.
wonder. I have to bring this up sometime to Boomer Esiason. I want to know what he thinks of this. As a former NFL player and an extreme hockey fan, as he is, albeit he's a Ranger fan, this has got to be quite interesting. I got to see if Evan can pass this to him.
Ganz wichtiger dritter Versuch jetzt. Ganz wichtiger dritter für den Westen. Wenn sie einen First Down machen.
Is it just me, or does the announcer sound like you should see like a whole bunch of people walking in rows as it goes by? That's that German, whatever it is. That's just a, you know. Not exactly Al Michaels.
Haben sie das Ding fast im
Get Frank, what's his name? The guy that does the Madden impersonation. Frank Caliendo. I want to see him be the announcer for this. He does such a good Madden. Oh, that would be great.
So, das ist jetzt ganz wichtig.
Another underhand
Kurzer
toss.
Pass. Reicht das?
Oh, Flea Flicker.
Pass zurück, Trickspielzug. Das reicht.
What the fuck is going on?
Da nicht laufen.
Look at him run. Or lack thereof.
Es ist ein First Down.
He's not down yet. Oh, pile driver.
Down und das wird nach menschlichem Ermessen
It's the NFL, meet the NHL, meet the WWE.
Trickspielzug des Westens und
Can
das
they attempt
müsste
like a
ihn
field
den
goal
Sieg
from
in
like
dieser Partie
half
bringen.
the field?
Quarterback Haupert
Look at this.
nochmal
Look at this.
angespielt, dann
Look at-
darf er
oh,
laufen.
Pulls him on down.
Wir haben hier nur nicht die
Is it a first down?
Lamar Jackson
Yes, it is.
Spielweise
First and 10.
im Portfolio. Das haben wir den
my God.
Profis untersagt. Also
This
den Ball bekommen und direkt
is great.
losmarschieren. Aber nach diesem Trickspielzug, wie vorhin auch, wenn der Quarterback als
Blah, blah, blah.
Running
Is
Back
that the call?
eingesetzt wird oder
Okay,
als
running blah, blah,
Receiver,
blah.
dann geht das durch. Und das
Oh,
wird
God.
reichen. Wir sind schon
Oh.
in der letzten halben Minute. Das sind nochmal 6, 7 Yards Raumgewinn. Und die Uhr
can't
tickt
get enough of
nahtlos
this.
runter. Und dann
I'm
haben
gonna
wir
have
den
to watch
ersten
actual
Finalteilnehmer
regular
des
season
heutigen
games of
Abends.
this. Look at
Und das wird
the
der
headbutt.
Westen sein. Von
Karl Hambuchen.
Jona
Team MVP.
Winkel, vom Headcoach und Quarterback Alexander Haupert. Die letzten Sekunden laufen. Und das Ding ist durch. Der
There's
Westen
no
steht im
German
Finale.
word for quarterback, obviously. Oh, what do we got? We got halftime?
Ende des ersten Spiels.
End of something. Is that the end of the game? Yeah, I guess so. 20-19. The West takes the East. Oh, we got the mascot is jumping in. Shit, let the fans on the field. Just let people flop everywhere.
So, jetzt hören wir uns mal Nico Lega, der hat mir nämlich eben schon verraten. Er hat jetzt Bock, mit American Football anzufangen. Ey, hast du Spaß da draußen?
Ja, ich muss sagen, das ist so ein geiler Sport, aber es ist sowas von anstrengend.
Sure.
Aber erstmal, wir haben jetzt gewonnen. Ich bin glücklich auf mein Team und jetzt holen wir uns den Sieg.
Sehr gut,
Oh, yeah.
herzlichen Glückwunsch. Du hast
Oh,
ja da
this
gerade schon einen
guy's
schönen
happy.
Fight mit Philipp Boy
This is
geliefert.
the Tom
Wie war das so
Brady
Mann
of
gegen Mann?
German Ice
Ich sag mal
Football.
so, Philipp und ich wir verstehen uns sowas von gut. Wir haben ein bisschen
Poppy.
Kuscheln gemacht. Später geht das erste Bier auf mich.
Just, I mean, how great is that? You gotta watch more of it. I want to watch more of it. Later on tonight, I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna watch some more of this. I gotta get like a highlight thing together of what I think is the best plays. Oh, this is great. That is great stuff. Now, while we're going on that route, one of the things, where's my other mouse? One of the other games that we play that joins things together here on the computer, and we know about it, is Rocket League. Millions of people love Rocket League. Soccer with cars. Again, we're mixing some kind of whatever. Rocket League is popular. Millions upon millions of kids, myself, love playing Rocket League. It's a great game. It's free also. So in the process, what do you think that I found? Yeah. Leave it up to those Germans, baby. Ha. We have got
8 Nationen traten an, den Autoballpokal in ihr Heimatland zu holen.
Auf geht's.
We've got car soccer.
So, frühes Tor für Sapai, das würde natürlich helfen. Aber jetzt muss er warten und da hat er die Chance. Das ist die Chance für Sapai und er geht in Führung. Ghana führt gegen Deutschland. Eine Riesenüberraschung. Oh, oh, oh.
Diversity
und jetzt
car
Raab mit der Chance. Sapai kriegt das Auto und
Oh
die
my.
Ausgleich. So ist es. Raab gewinnt. 4 Zähler nach 2 Spielen, Hans Sapai einen Zähler.
I ask you folks, what the fuck is going on in Germany? Not like they didn't have problems 100 years ago. But this can, once again, can you peer over the cars and look at the crowd? I don't know if people came here specifically to see this or if this is a combination did they cover the ice with this and then now they have this? It kind of looks like the same kind of arena. I see the lights and everything shining, but
Autofahren hat Sam Majera nicht so sehr, aber man muss sich auf diese unorthodoxe Spielweise einstellen. Das sieht aber so aus, als sollte das Ross gelingen. Der könnte sogar reintrudeln. Der trudelt rein. 1-0 England. Aber dann, was für ein Ding!
If we look at what feedback detected. Sorry about that. If we look at the old Rocket League, of what Rocket League actually is, for those of you that have never seen it before, I will show you just what Rocket League looks like. And you tell me if Rocket League is what we're looking at now. Now, keep in mind, this is a video game. So here is Rocket League. Yeah, so the cars don't fly in real life, but it's car soccer. Moved it over there so you can see. So yeah, this is Rocket League.
Bang.
Cars, varsity cars, right?
Wenn das so geplant war, was es natürlich nicht war, wäre es Weltklasse. Aber plötzlich hat er eine Torchance und weiß nicht warum. Jetzt dauert es zu lange. Reicht's doch noch. 2-0 Los Anthony. Und bumm. Oh, jetzt hat er noch eingeschlagen. Und der Silberzahn lacht sich kaputt.
This is only 1v1. Rocket League. Sorry, didn't know where that music was coming from. Tabs.
Ah, Leute, das ist unfair. Also nehmt's mit dem Humor, den das erfordert. Und Eko Frisch macht ein Tor! Das Tor ist frei. Ailton macht den Ausgleich. 1-1. Was macht der denn?
Oh, the car's crashing
Was
into the
ist
goal.
denn? Jetzt wollte er cool sein und mal eben das Auto rumrutschen
You know who's
lassen
driving
und
that
demoliert
car?
die ganze
Oh.
Bude. Was
Yeah,
ist
of
mit
course.
Ailton los?
Look at this guy.
Und dann dieser Stierausdruck im Gesicht. Ganz lässig. Ja.
He
Da
broke
sieht man
the
sogar,
whole
glaube ich, wie er
goal.
zur Handbremse greift und das Ding rumschmeißen
Like
will.
a Kia.
Und dann schmeißt er es weg. Das ist Wahnsinn.
Oh,
Ailton,
those
das
Brazilians.
ist ein
Not the best
Spielrausch des
drivers.
Brasilianers.
Oh, he's got a breakaway.
Das ist Samba.
Uh-oh.
Und jetzt macht er das 3-1 und gewinnt dieses Spiel. Bei einem Sieg natürlich sowieso. Und da geht er schon 1-0
Oh, over the car.
gegen Irland, gegen Joey Kelly. Zarella ist so gut
This
drauf,
is
bitte.
actually freaking real. Rocket League. Let's see. I guess it's all 1v1 through the whole thing. I want to see teams. Give me like a 3v3. Just
Der
cars
Glückliche,
flipping
wie auch immer man
over.
das beschreiben will. Raab hat
Oh, he's gonna
gesagt,
go
er hat
it.
ein gutes
What a
Gefühl
save.
und es geht gut los. Führung für Deutschland im Finale der Weltmeisterschaft. Ein
Deutschland.
Flitzer.
Uh-oh, wait a minute. We got
Ein
fans
Flitzer
on the field.
Bei der Autoball-WM. Jetzt, da wirst du doch
Just let the
bekloppt,
car
wenn
run
er
him
nicht in
over.
einem kleinen Flugzeug reingeflogen käme.
How many people is there 20,000 people that see this?
Und jetzt ist es passiert. Zarella schafft es wieder.
Man, what could you say? Germany. Absolutely incredible stuff. Football on ice, car soccer. Wow. Unbelievable. All right, so let's see. Get rid of this, get rid of this. While we're on the topic of sports, we did have something happen this week. I would like to update the score of a game that everybody was watching. At the end of regulation, the score is Cancer 1, OJ 0. Now, while we're on the subject, I want to move to something like this. We'll get off of sports. Something that I found here that was quite interesting. You know how I love pets. God knows I have a lot of pets. In fact, we got a second bird like 2 days ago because now the birdies have friends. We got guinea pigs. We got kitty cats. We got dogs. I don't have any monkeys. I don't think I'd ever want a monkey as a pet. Just something about that. I know Anthony loves monkey videos. No pun intended. But I came across this, and this is a head scratcher. You know how I love head scratchers. I don't know what the hell is going on here. But we got a monkey. And Mr. Monkey, you've seen those videos before where I guess like a monkey is with another monkey and they're like picking through their hair or whatever and they like chomp on lice or something like that. You've seen it. I know you've seen it. But this is a little different. This is a human and a monkey. Can you explain to me what the fuck is the monkey doing here? And what is this guy doing? I'm kind of lost. Wait, what the hell is the monkey eating? Or what is on this funky guy that he's taking things off? Look at him. He's moving the shirt. I mean, you thought the puma that I showed a couple weeks ago living with the Russian guy was crazy. I don't know what's going on here. I can't really comment. This monkey may be going down in some regions that he shouldn't be going in any region. Let's back up here. Let's see. We actually started at the end of the video. Here's the guy. Look at the monkey. Now, if this guy is actually relaxing during this, there's something obviously wrong here. I don't know. What is he scraping? Is he actually eating things here? Yeah, he is. Look at him. I don't know about us as a society, folks. I don't think we're gonna make it. This has got some wrongness to it. Man. I would love to know what is thought about this. When we open up the phones, if someone will call me and comment on what the hell is going on here. If this monkey starts to jerk him off, we're going to have a problem. What is he eating? I don't know. Listen to this. This is actually listed as an ASMR video. ASMR monkey primal stimulation. Oops, let it go. Sorry. The guy doesn't appear dirty, but I don't know. This monkey's finding something. It is. Oh, that's fucking disgusting. Jesus Christ. Folks, where would you be if I didn't educate you on what's going around the world? You've never seen this before. You have never seen this before. And I have opened your eyes to monkey human eating. Oh, Lord. Wow. You know, I could say maybe, you know, maybe the guy spent the nights in Bill Schultz's apartment and picked up some filth and the monkey's cleaning them. I don't know. Okay, Bill, we kid. I just don't. With the hand. This is what other species do with an opposable thumb. Oh my. Oh. Wow. Look at that. Like that. My thumb is not like that. It's like that. Oh. Holy moly. I got nothing. I'm sorry. I got nothing. I don't know what he's eating. I don't want to even look it up. It's fucking disgusting. This is probably Germany too. Well, maybe not, but oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my. All right. So let's take a little bit of a swing, get rid of the eating monkey. And let's just do a quick technology update here. For those, the drivers for the weeks haven't changed. There were no driver updates this week. That is the latest, but there is a package of Intel drivers. If you have an Intel either wireless or wired video card, you see the Intel NICs. That's the latest package. You can get any of these things off of guru3d.com, GURU3D.com. And they are also the ones that make DDU, which is the display driver uninstaller. Really good piece of software to have on your computers in case you get display driver problems. You got to do reinstallation. So that's up to the latest version there, 18.0.7.5. Yay, yay, yay. Now, being that we're on the old technology topic, I came across this little gem. Let me get back to keeping the wrong mouse. Let's get back to over here. This, you got to love the BBC. The British Broadcasting Company, and yes, the British Broadcasting Company, BBC. They put out these specials in the 70s and 80s that are hilarious to watch now because, you know, they show what was the latest technology then, and computers in Britain 40, 50 years ago were probably, I'd say 5 to 7 years behind what they were in this country. And they tried to get into the home computer market. And this here is about Meet the Computer Addicts from 1983. Which was
Chris Carter works for a large borough council. He's their operations manager in the computer department. He works hard.
The computer that he's using right here, that is a Commodore PET. We had those computers in our grade school in about 1983, 84. It was one of the first computers I ever touched. It was a fascination thing. The keyboard was a highly mechanical keyboard, which you hear what it is, but no graphical capabilities whatsoever. I mean, it's basically green screen, like a terminal almost. That the whole computer was just a basic programming computer. And I mean basic as in the basic programming language, not basic to use. I never learned how to use one of these. I was too young.
But not so hard as to leave no time for pleasure. At lunchtime, he goes to the pub. Actually, he doesn't like pubs all that much, but then he doesn't go there to drink and socialize. As long as there's a computer game in sight, Chris Carter is happy.
I'm happy too.
Pubs without machines don't have a lot for me. I'm not interested in filling myself full of beer. If I found a machine, I'll stay with it until I mastered it, usually. I can achieve some startlingly high scores by finding the chinks in the armour of the person that programmed it.
Finding the what? In the what? We'll let that slide. Look at the basics of arcade games back in the early 80s. Now, I remember going to arcades when I was a kid. There was one around the block from my house in Queens. And I remember the first game that fascinated me was Star Wars. Now, the original Star Wars movie came out in, 78? I think Empire came out in 81. So Return of the Jedi was around 83. So it had to be around, probably 81, I'd say, around Empire. And it was the Death Star run. The most basic, polygonal, graphical video game. Had a controller that was like almost looked like the steering wheel in Knight Rider. And you had trigger buttons here, thumb buttons here, and you would have to shoot TIE fighters, and then you'd go on the trench run to the Death Star. Fascinated me as a kid. And it was the same game over and over and over. So you get past the TIE fighters, you blow up the little towers on the Death Star, you shoot the Death Star blows up, and then the game just starts over again. And what it's supposed to be is supposed to be a little bit harder each time. They'd add 1 or 2 TIE fighters, whatever. And you'd be popping quarters in this son of a bitch, one after another after another. Oh, God. You could, and this is in the early 80s. You'd be blowing through $20, easy. And I think at that same time, Tron, the video game, came out, which brought video games from the silver screen into everybody's lives. The light cycles. It was a big blue joystick. And you'd just be moving what looked like a worm bar across the screen. That was basically the game.
Disadvantages. Usually, Chris has mastered the latest game within 2 or 3 days, while...
That's true. It only takes me 2 or 3 days to master a game. So that is true.
The machines are only changed over once a month. And he doesn't like the smoke and noise in the pub. It hinders concentration. So,
what we can call this guy. He's a total...
So in the evenings, he stays at home, where he can get on with his hobby in peace and quiet. Chris Carter has spent thousands of pounds on microcomputers, the kind you can just about fit into the spare bedroom.
I hate to say it, this guy and myself has way too much in common.
He puts in 20 to 40 hours a week at the keyboard, day and night, often right through the night. The revolution that brought the computer into the home didn't change his social life, it destroyed it.
Ha! Oh man, is that true?
So great is Chris's enthusiasm that he's even got his 3-year-old daughter Joanna.
Now, we'll go to Joanna in a second. Look at what he's doing here. Again, this is a old school, I don't know exactly what computer that is, but we're talking green screen programming. That's what this guy... He's not exactly playing Call of Duty or Rocket League or PGA Tour Golf on this thing. He's sitting there coding, making programs, taking what's up here, throwing it on a screen. And that's all this guy does in his spare time.
Learning some of the basic skills. She'll be even better at computing when she's learnt the alphabet. But what Chris...
So the kid is learning computing, doesn't even know the ABCs yet. That's great.
Is grappling with at the moment is the kind of program that could transfer huge areas of professional expertise into the computer.
Pause a second. I wanted to be a programmer. That's what I wanted to do for a living. When I graduated high school, I went to college, and I wanted to learn how to program video games. That's what I wanted to do. That's what Kevin Flynn did in Tron. That's what Matthew Broderick kind of wanted in War Games. He wanted to play the games, but he had those 2 guys that he showed the thing to, you know, the nerdy-looking guy and the fat guy who was like, this is not Pro-Division. I wanted to be a programmer. I wanted to sit there, program baseball games, sports games, whatever, lines of code, but I can't. Learning programming is like learning another language. I don't learn that way. I learn by doing things. You can't just do programming. I've gotten books, I've watched videos. It just doesn't sink in. It can't, doesn't work up here. So this guy, to me, is fucking brilliant. I wish I can do this. And this is on a computer that's 40 years old.
Computer, so that he could have the knowledge of the doctor, the lawyer, or the architect at his fingertips.
I've been doing one on house selection or house design. And the method of doing this is putting in the parameters which will tell you what sort of house will be best in what sort of area and what sort of...
I guarantee you this guy's a fucking zillionaire right now. He invented something. He sold it before the bubble, Mark Cuban style. I gotta find this guy. I want to find him. He's CEO of something over in England. Probably flies a chopper to work every morning.
The soil.
And how long did it take you to work that system out?
Well, there's two components to it. Writing the program will probably take most of my free time for about 3 months. And
3 months! This guy sat in his apartment for 3 months to write one program. I mean, I guess I can understand that. It takes me 15 minutes to program Hello World. That's the beginning of every basis of computer programming. But now, why I'm showing you this, because there's such a funny relationship here with what this guy is doing with these computers back in the early 80s. This was 83, I believe. Yes, 1983. As to what we do today. I think we spend more time between the computers, between the old cell phones. When are we not on a computer these days? Everything is computerized. You shop on the computer. You bank on the computer. You watch videos on the computer. You take the phone every time you go to take a crap. Don't tell me you don't. I do. Every time I'm dropping a deuce, I'm watching a movie. I'm on YouTube. You know you are. Don't lie to me. Come on. I don't take the phone into the bathroom. Yeah, right. You're sitting there staring at the wallpaper. How many of you actually have magazines in the bathroom? Those are long gone. Magazine? What's a magazine? Who even gets magazines anymore to the house? Who goes to a newsstand and buys a magazine? 3 months. I mean, look, we were gaming last night, doing a show, doing the PGA golf and everything. I didn't get off until 1:30 in the morning. And I started, how did I come home? So I was on from, I got home about a little after 7. So from 7 to 1:30 in the morning, went to sleep, got up this morning early, had to run to a job. Then we ran to Costco. Then I came here about 10 o'clock. I got on this for the 12 o'clock show. And I'm going to be gaming tonight. I wouldn't exactly call it a bad thing. I mean, I'm not going out anywhere. I'm always home. You need me? I'm in. I'm right here. Something broke, I'm here to fix it. But it's hilarious how they're looking at this BBC documentary, at this guy being so hooked to his computer over 30 years ago.
And then assimilating all the knowledge to put into the program, and it'll be far from complete. Will probably take the same amount of period.
Do you think you'll use it? Will it be of any practical value at all?
This guy's looking at this guy here, looking at him like, you're a fucking geek. Yet, who's the fucking billionaire right now?
You're joking. I'll have a house by then. I'm looking for one at the moment. I doubt very much that it will be of real use to me.
So why do you do it?
It's a problem. It's there. Why do people climb mountains?
I mean, some people might think that you've really become obsessed with it.
He tasks me, and I shall have him for it.
Addicted.
That's a possibility. It's a possibility. It's not a major addiction. It's not one that costs me a lot of money in real terms. It costs me a lot of time, but it's time when my wife's asleep normally.
I mean, there are some weeks when he'll get up at 5 in the morning because he's working on an idea.
Judith? All right, wait a minute. Am I wrong here? Or did this guy marry Cher? Hoofa.
And he'll wait, as soon as he wakes up, he'll go and sit down on the machine and start working on it. And I'm semi-conscious and I hear tap, 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 tap from the spare room. I mean, if the same situation had gone on for years, I would begin to think Chris would be better off in a room on his own with the microcomputer and... because that's what he was doing back time.
You have to remember the benefits. There are benefits in this thing.
Oh, there are, but it's just I want to see something of you as well, you see.
Yeah.
It's a bright and sunny day, just right for a stroll in the fresh air.
All right, that's a lie. It's never bright and sunny in London.
But businessman Graham Hawker has got a problem that's keeping him indoors. He's
Graham
trying
Hawker?
to locate the Princess of Serenia.
Wait a minute. This guy looks like an actor. Oh. Don't remember his name, but you see it too. What the hell was he in? It'll come to me.
Who's been abducted by a wizard. But on the way to the wizard's castle in the mountains, his way is blocked by a giant.
Okay. Now that is an Apple IIc video game. I don't know if that's Zork. I don't think Zork had sprite graphics. But that's definitely an Apple IIc. Look at how far we've come, folks. Look at the graphical capabilities of that. Yet, look at me sitting here with my background and everything. That is computing all those years ago. Yeah, for most of you that weren't alive in that era, I was. This to me was like, back then, blew my mind. It was like watching German ice soccer or football.
It turns out that he can charm his way past the giant by playing the harp. This kind of computer game is partly a question of trial and error. Incorrect moves by the player are greeted with suitably dismissive replies. Graham Hawker admits that his relationship with home computers has been little short of obsessive.
What is the thrill, though, that you get out of pitting your wits against a computer?
Well, I think there are two things. The first is that the computer's perfect. It doesn't make mistakes. It responds in an absolutely predictable way. So...
Can't say the same thing about women. Gotta give them credit.
In exploring anything that the computer's doing with you, anything that happens that you didn't want to happen is purely your fault. It can't be the other side. The other side's perfect. So in a sense, you're pitting yourself against a perfect machine, trying to prove that you're just as perfect.
Hello, Jill.
Computer addicts tend to be men or boys, but Phyllis Arundale, who runs a sweet shop in Hertfordshire, proves that you don't have to be male to be computer mad.
Now admit it, you thought they were going to be talking about the chick that was walking in the door, not the old bat.
She bought one to help out with the accounts. The computer did in seconds what had previously...
Wait a minute. Is she a Tony Two Shirts? Hey. Fashion of early 80s England.
Taken her 4 or 5 hours of paperwork every night. And what did she do with the time?
Okay, the computer again, a Commodore PET. CBM stood for Commodore Business Machines. Look at the size of the disk drive that's next to it. It's bigger than the computer. That might have used, I think they were 12-inch discs back then. Do I have? I thought I had one. But, yeah. Early 80s technology.
She saved.
Finest, folks.
She became a computer enthusiast.
Whoa, she got
but
two.
Devising her own programs and getting inside the mind of the machine wasn't good enough for her.
So, she's got like some kind of convenience store, and she's got a fucking LAN behind her where she's gonna sit down and program. I don't know if this is for inventory and stuff. I don't know.
Project is, see the link with the shop, the box. That's the potentiometer. I'm doing my first project, which is printed circuit board, PCB.
What's that?
Well, the printed circuit board, it's the beginning of the computer in actually making your own computer.
Wait. Hold on. This woman is making printed circuit boards out of a back room in a convenience store in London. And she's like, how old? Well, shit, I can't even do that. Damn.
Your own electronic gadget, as it were, and that is a potentiometer that I need for the my first project. That's a dual potentiometer, and that is the single one. And these are the capacitors, and.
This is quite amazing. I mean, you're not content with programming computers. You want to make them yourself.
Is the freaking printed
well,
circuit board going to be?
It's exciting. And after all, this is the very beginning of the whole thing, so I like to start at the beginning, and then I'll know how the computer even begins to operate before I can do any more peripherals, if I'm successful with this project.
Now, for any females that are watching the show, and there are a few of you out there, here is your pioneer of woman, in the computing industry. This woman is making printed circuit boards, motherboards. She's an older woman. She's fucking brilliant. I can't do that shit. Wow. That's awfully impressive, I have to say. And this is the early 80s. This lady's probably like fucking hand-building Lamborghinis if she was still alive today.
I shall do something a little more adventurous.
You're not becoming a sort of computer addict, are you?
Well, I don't know. I may be an addict, but I call myself an enthusiast. An enthusiast.
I know where this woman's from. Oh, no. Oh, what happened? I just talked to her yesterday. That's this woman.
That's not an obsessive person.
I'm in a bit of a dilemma at the moment. I don't really know what I want to use it for.
In 1982, the salesmen had their best year so far with home computers. There are now about 700,000 of them in Britain. The cheapest, at about £70, has sold around 500,000. But something a bit more sophisticated could cost 2 or 3 times that amount.
Now, if I'm right, I don't think Commodore was available in Britain. They had an alternate, I think it was called an Altair home computer back in the early 80s. They didn't have Tandy. They had their own makes, which, like I said, Britain was a couple of years before the boom that happened in this country in the early 80s. Commodore sold millions of Commodore 64s, the VIC-20. Well, you had the Plus 4, the VIC-20, the 64, the 128, and the Amiga. Commodore was a giant in the computer industry. I still have 2 of them downstairs.
Worth me spending £200 or whatever.
I see. The salespeople freely admit that a computer won't magically take over your household finances. They tend to stress the educational value for children.
If you noticed the line going on the monitor behind that guy, how different the technology was here.
Over your
Back in the
household
day,
finances.
Those monitors were probably like 30 hertz. Today we've got 360 hertz monitors. I believe a 500 hertz monitor is hitting or has hit the market, which is insane to think about. Again, the jump of technology. Dog's doing something.
They tend to stress the educational value for children. What they probably won't tell you is that you just might find your relationship with the machine more intense than you expected.
So that is technology back in the days. And I had another video lined up. Yeah, okay, here it is. So this had me thinking, the internet pretty much became the internet around 1995-ish. That's when broadband really started to kick off in this country. And you had the services like Prodigy, CompuServe, and AOL started to branch out to the web instead of being their own in-house little thing. But what was before that? Where did I start? I started in what's called BBSs, bulletin board systems. Some of you, most of you who are watching this, have never heard of or do not know what in the hell a BBS is. Let me explain it to you. Back before the internet, most of you have heard of dial-up internet when you had to use your phone line and it would call another computer and you'd hear that whole crap, like modems connecting to each other. Well, bulletin board services were, and I used to run one, were a bunch of computers, usually one computer, with a bunch of phone lines coming into it that would run a program. There was something called Teleguard, Renegade, and it would just be text-based, computer-to-computer talking, where you can send messages to people, which was like real primitive email. It was email before email. But this is where it started. Now, this is an old computer. That's a Radio Shack TRS-80, I believe. An old Tandy computer. And you notice on the right, for those of you that don't know what that thing with the round dial is on it, that's a telephone. A rotary telephone. Way back in the day, before push-button telephones, before this, there was those. Oddly enough, I took my daughter to my office. I have one of those, not a rotary, but a push-button one, in my server room at work. And I showed it to her once, and she thought it was a type of cassette player. She had no idea it was a phone. The break in the technology gap is hilarious. So what you would do in this particular instance, you'd pick up the phone, you dial the phone number of the other computer, which most of these computers had dedicated phone lines going to them. You would hear that old shh, and then you take the handset and you place it on that black device there, which is called a coupler. And it would have the computer talk to the other computer. And you'll notice here, as you can see on the screen, look at how it's
Modems
drawing
were not
in
fast, and there were two speeds commonly in use.
line by line,
or about 10 characters per second, and 300
sign
baud,
in,
or 30 characters.
Give you some kind of menu.
1200 baud modems were brand new, and not too many people had them. Since modems were analog, sometimes
this
people
was
would
the internet
overclock
before the internet.
300 baud modems up to 450
Well, people wonder
or even
what
600
came
baud.
before. What did
they didn't have to
people
modify
with
the
computers
modems,
do?
they just fed data
Where
through
was the
them at a faster
connection?
rate.
How did you talk
Sometimes
to somebody
it worked
else?
if you had a good.
This was it. It was not. Some of these BBSs you can have multiple people on at the same time. Usually no more than 3 or 4 at most, because you had to have phone lines coming into the computer, actual copper phone lines, and you could only have a couple on at a time, and it was expensive. Back then, you had to pay. They didn't have unlimited phone service back then. A lot of people, like myself, would wait till it was very late at night, go downstairs and log on and call another computer at 1 or 2 in the morning when the phone rates would drop to half. Because if you, let's say, you wanted to go download a video game, they had file sections on these BBSs where you'd go in and you'd see a list of games. And everything back then was on floppy disk size. So I'd see a game, I don't know, some kind of pinball game, let's say, that came on 4 floppy disks. Your speed, you didn't have broadband, your speed over a dial-up modem was hella slow. 300 baud, 1200 baud, 2400 baud, up to 56K, which was the last that everybody pretty much knew. But when you started to download some of these games, downloading 1 floppy disk could take you 45 minutes a disk, depending on your connection speed. So you would set the download, and you go to sleep. Hopefully the phone line didn't disconnect in the middle of the night. You'd wake up in the morning, go to your computer and say, all right, I got the game. You put it on some floppies and I could play. Today, you could download those 4 discs on your average broadband in about a half a second. Again, think of that technology.
Good connection, sometimes it didn't. Online communication was text-based. All online communication was done by using a terminal or software to turn your computer into a terminal. The things you type in are immediately sent to the other end, and the text received is immediately displayed on your screen. There's no concept
This
of
is
a
how
web page
fast.
or URLs or
Again,
JPEGs.
this is 1200 baud.
Your computer didn't
So
need to download
look
a page
at how
of HTML to
the
decode it
computer
and
is
display
drawing
it.
line
As the data
by line
arrives, you
by
watch
line.
it appear.
You would literally have to sit there and watch and read the screen as it's being drawn. Not like today, not like broadband, when it's just bam, like that. Go right now, open a browser, go to ESPN.com instantly. You've got graphics, you've got scores, you've got whatever. In a millisecond. Not back in the 80s. This is what the internet was. And it wasn't an internet per se, because BBSs were not connected to each other. You were dialing into one guy's computer. That's it. His computer didn't talk to anybody else. It was you and him or her. How far we've come. Where are we going to be 20 years from now? It's kind of scary. That's why people are wondering about this whole AI thing. Where is that going to take us? Because it took us time to teach the computer. Before you know what computers are going to be teaching computers. Elon better stop that shit. Now, as BBSs got older, this is a very old one. As they got newer, there were colors, there were sprite graphics, there were menus, drop down. This was all done basically in DOS back in the days. There were a couple of programs like Telex was a very popular DOS program that had a phone book in there. You'd put the phone number of the computer. And I remember BBSs on Long Island. Your BBS would have a name. The Underground Network. It was one in Freeport. I remember you were a SysOp, system operator, who would be running these things. The guy's name was The Fixer. I forgot the name of his BBS. But you would dial into these things every day at some point. What's new? What's on the message boards? They'd have little games that you could play online with the computer. And what files are new? Or did I get a game that I want to send up to people? Very early piracy going on. And you would do this for hours. Hours. You know, oddly enough, just like War Games. Do you remember War Games when he dialed into Protovision, or he thought it was Protovision? Didn't it look exactly like this? And that was a computer, by the way. In War Games, that was I think it's called an ISME, I-S-M-E-I computer, which was from 1978, I believe. That computer was a box about, I can't even see with my hands, like as big as this box is. And it just had switches on the front of it. I have no idea how to use it. No clue. Look at this. Type a single... Look, he's typing an email. That's typing an email in 1983. Now, again, why is it different than an email? Because emails in today's world go through an email server and then out to the internet, then out to wherever you are around the world. This was more like a private message going from a person to a person on this guy's computer. You couldn't attach a picture, no graphics. It was basically typewritering a letter to send to someone. And then they would only get that. They didn't get any notification. There was no. They would have to log on to the computer. Maybe they didn't get onto it for a day, 2, a week. Oh, man, I forgot. It's been a month. Let me go check. To get their messages, to reply. You know, it's bad if you're sending a message to your friend. And listen, Uncle Phil passed away, and you don't get it till about a month later. But that is what this is. That's what you're looking at. We did this every day. And it's the basis of what I do today. The technology has graduated to this, from this. Listen to that mechanical keyboard. Great sound. Those early 80 keyboards were some of the best. The IBM Model M, the Northgate Omni key. Like $300 today for a good solid keyboard. Can you imagine? And you're also doing this, by the way, on basically a black and white television. Because computers back in the day, most of them didn't have dedicated monitors. Commodore came out with their own set of monitors, but again, they were basically a tube television. They had RCA inputs in it. Or, if you were real old school, you'd have the antenna adapter box. Yes, I said antenna. Back when TV was free and broadcast over the air, which, yes, I know it is today digitally, but it was different back in the analog days. You would have to take this little box. I have one somewhere. It was about yay big. And it had 2 wires on it that would screw into the back of your TV's antenna inputs. And then it had one like RCA cable that would go from it to your computer. and you would use your home computer on your TV, which back then in the 80s, like this one here, 12-inch, 15-inch maybe television. There was no 75-inch TV in anybody's living room. Fascinating how far we've come with this. Unbelievable technology. Unbelievable. Well, I wanted to hit you all with that. Let's see. How about we get the phone lines up here? We can take some calls. Let me see. I didn't have anything else I wanted to hit up. Let's throw the old phone line. Let me get the right mouse here for a second. And we'll go over here and we'll throw the phone lines. Will be open. If you want to call in, you can dial that number. I'm sure people are going to. Let's see. Make sure my phone is working. Yep, it's working. All right, so that's the number you call. We'll take some calls. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to. I have curiosity. As I'll just go back to it. Can I leave it on the screen? Well, yeah, I think I can. Right? Where did I bring this thing? Yes, I can. No, it's going to overtake the. Let me see if I can move it down a little bit. Hang on here. Give you a. There we go. Oh, it took the phone number away. I'll put that back. I was going to see what was down that YouTube rabbit hole. But I can do that here and we can see. Setting up a new BBS in 2021. Hey, people are still doing this. Unbelievable. Let me see. Did I have anything else in the video hopper here? Hang on. This is 79, which I did. No, I did just about everything I wanted to do. Burn through topics on today's show. Nobody calling. Anybody got a deck of cards? I had one right here somewhere. So what's new in the gaming world? Let's take a gander here and see what is on old PC Gamer. Go live for this. Move that over right here. And oh, gotta move this back up. Sorry, I moved it before. Let me move back up a little bit. Magic. Oh wait. Sorry, I got hold of some of my hand because I forgot I put it on vibrate. Not to interrupt the show because I am a professional. Oh, what's anything interesting and new in here? Original Fallout, lead Tim Kane. Loves the new show. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a phone call.
Call from Rex Kramer.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, live on the line, one Rex Kramer. Rex, you're going to love this. We got a new updated logo for you. There you go. Rex calling in.
How's it going, brother?
It's going good. How you doing this fine Saturday?
Listen, after that golf last night, boy, it took me everything I could to get out of bed this morning. Holy cow.
You know what? I haven't talked yet to the boss this morning. He left last night. He was pretty pissed off. But you know what? I found out this morning that the conditions that we played in last night actually exactly matched the Masters. I heard on the radio this morning on WFAN that it was so windy at Augusta that the sand was blowing out of the sand traps and like blinding the golfers. So we did match it stroke by stroke, and man, it was pretty fucking brutal last night. It really was.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I'd never seen Anthony get mad and rage quit like that, but pretty funny.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple of times. Usually, I don't think I've seen it in golf. I've seen it in COD where if there's a hacker in COD, he'll just, like I would. I think I blow more of a gasket than he does. He's usually very reserved, very easy. He doesn't like bullshit. I don't like bullshit, but then I get extremely angry at the bullshit, and I'll just go nuts. He'll pull us out of a game and go, I fucking hack, and I'm not dealing with this fucking bullshit. And next thing you know, we're in a menu, and then we start another game. But yeah, last night it was late. He couldn't get above the hump. He kept losing strokes, as we all were. And he just said, no, can't do it. I'm going to get up. I'm going to walk away because he's playing in his office, and he's got to keep the sanctity of his office. Doesn't want to break anything in his office. So he did the right thing last night.
No. Hey, listen, the only thing I want to talk about is that creepy monkey video. Oh.
Is that shocking? Is that shocking?
I was so skeeved out watching that. I was like, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm like you. I love pets. I do. I love animals.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, they're still just animals, all right? And as a young lad, as a young boy, I watched my father save my uncle from getting killed by a boar hog while they were feeding the hogs on our farm.
Holy crap.
Now, I don't know if you know this, but if pigs get the taste of human blood, they kind of go crazy and they will just devour the human being that blood is coming out of.
So, in other words, you're kind of saying about the same thing with pigs as when I go to the Asian buffet and I see the boneless spare ribs that are out. Because as soon as I get a taste of one of those, the people in the kitchen know it's over.
Yeah, absolutely. Or you put a good pizza in front of me, get out of the way because this shit's gonna hit the fan.
Mm-hmm.
But we were slopping the hogs, and my uncle was standing on the inside of a fence, dumping stuff on the ground, and this male boar who had the tusks lifted up his head and gouged his leg, his shin, with that tusk, and the blood dripped down. And once that boar tasted that blood, he literally jumped up and pushed my uncle onto the ground.
Wow.
And my dad had to jump in with a 2x4 and basically believe it or not, stabbed this pig to death with a piece of wood to keep him from killing my uncle.
Wow, so he went all basically First Blood Rambo, jumped out of the tree and just sliced that sucker up to eat him. He's trained to eat things that'll make a bit of a puke.
And ever since then, I don't know if it's just some locked away thing, but how long before this monkey just starts ripping off body parts and starts eating this dude?
I am so curious to know. Now, when I did a little research on this, because you've seen monkeys do this to each other, and supposedly what the monkey is eating is lice from the other monkey. But what the fuck is he getting off this guy's hand and his arm that he's just chewing on like it's filet mignon? I have no idea.
And that makes it even grosser. If he's pulling lice off this dude, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it. I mean, again, I'm not looking at this guy like right in front of me. So my only thing I could think of is that he's maybe got like dry skin, that he's kind of, I put the video up again now. The guy's like scratching the monkey's chest, and the monkey's just like looking through the hair on his arm, and he's just chomp, 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 chomp. I have no idea what the hell he's picking. If he's picking off anything, I don't know. He's picking off something. He just picked off something. He's looking at it, and he puts it in his mouth. No idea.
Listen, is it? Listen, I think I don't know if I'm the only one thinking this, but I'm pretty sure this guy's probably rubbing peanut butter and honey on his skin. So this monkey will.
Oh God. Oh, you can't unsee this. This you cannot see, unsee. I don't know. I came across this again, the old YouTube rabbit hole, wherever it's going, and I watched this. Like, I think I saw this on Thursday, and I was like, I've got to talk about this because I don't know what the hell's going on here. No idea. First of all, this guy is enjoying this way, way too much. He's laying in bed with, I'm assuming, as a pet. The monkey's now got his fingers in his mouth. He's putting his fingers in his mouth.
Oh, and then his armpits and everything is just. I'm like, dude, it's not hard. It's not that hard to find a chick somewhere out there in the world.
I don't know. This is literally. I wonder if YouTube's going to flag me for bestiality because that's basically what this is. Look, this guy's giving him a nice rubby. He's like, "Oh, you're a good monkey. You're a good monkey. Here's my hand. Chomp that shit out of my hand." Yeah. Oh, God.
It's just, it must be like, you know how dogs can hear things that we can't hear? They must be able to taste or sense the things on our skin that we think is clean, but it's still dirty, you know?
I guess. This monkey can obviously see something. I had to turn it off. It was grossing the shit out of me.
I know personally, if I eat barbecue, 3 days later, I can still taste barbecue on my fingers. But hey, that's me.
Sure, on your fingers, but I don't think it's on your chest, and it's not on your forearm unless you were, elbow deep inside of a pig.
Listen. You ain't seen me eat barbecue, brother. There's a reason why I don't eat barbecue in public. All right.
I know what it's like. Trust me. You should see me when I go to the buffet. Oh yeah, I'll embarrass the hell out of you at the buffet.
I mean, as a fat guy, rule number one is there's certain foods you just don't eat in public.
That is absolutely true. Absolutely true.
All right, bro. Listen, I'm going to let you go. If you're out there watching, somebody call in. This guy's awesome to talk to. Don't make me be the only one calling here.
I appreciate it, Rexy. I love you. Thank you again. By the way, that ice football video that you sent up was fucking hilarious. I cannot stop it. I want to go to it live. Damn it, Germany has got all these things that I want to check out, but my ass is not getting on a plane and going to Germany. I'll see maybe Garrett's always traveling. Maybe if Garrett goes to Germany, he can check some of this stuff out for us. But, oh yeah, I got to watch more of it.
I'm going to seek some more rabbit hole suggestions. But you asked why Germany has all this crazy stuff. Listen, they got to have something to keep them preoccupied, or all of a sudden they want to take over the world. You know what I mean?
Yep. You're right as always, Rex. Send everything my way. And thank you so much, Rex. Always a pleasure. Rex Kramer, ladies and gentlemen. You can thank him for the football video that we had watched earlier in the show. And I gotta love Rex. What a great guy. Always calls in. Very, very funny. Well, looks like the show is done for this week. An hour and a half. Not bad. Saturday. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching in. It was a lot of fun today. A lot of great videos. I got to see more of this ice football thing. It's fascinating me. The monkey thing was absolutely disgusting. And we'll go back in the time machine back in the 80s when we were doing some old school computing. So really, really good stuff. Let me just get this screen back on here. Get rid of this phone. There we go. Ooh. Hey, where'd my thing go? I'm in the wrong one, am I? What happened to it? I lost my name. My name didn't come back. That's weird. Well, let's see. I did all that. I guess I'll just go to this one. Oh, there it was. It was on the screen. This thing's working goofy lately. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We will be here again next Saturday, 12 o'clock sharp. I'll line up a few more things to stretch it out a little more. And let's try to get a guest on the show next week. We'll try to work on that. I just haven't had the time to get it, but I have a couple people in mind I'd love to pop on and have some discussion with. And same bat time, same bat channel. There will be karaoke tomorrow night. If the voice is okay today. Didn't have the greatest voice yesterday, so that'll be on the network, so to speak, here at Flatulence Studios. So thank you for tuning in. I will see you all again next week. Thank you for watching, and have